gonna have to be a quick draft. Okay. Gonna get a quick drink. Okay, let's see. So this account has been relegated to a low enough gem count and money count that we can only afford quick draft. Let me see. Let's boot it up. I think I see a chat message. I don't know how to pull it up. It's so funny. I'm like the least technology literate person there is. At least bottom 10. It's gotta be bottom 10 at least. Let's see. Live stream. Go here. How do you see chat? You see OBS chat or YouTube stream. We allowed to have a chat? Do we have a chat even? View in live control room. We allowed to have a chat? Test do we audio have a chat even? This is an audio test. Audio chat even? Chat even? Okay, it says excellent quality. Does not look like that. This is an audio test. It's loud. Chat even? Okay, it says excellent quality. Does not look like that. This is an audio test. It's loud. Chat even. Okay, it says excellent quality. Does not look like that. This is an audio. Okay, I'm gonna say things are good. So I'm gonna start talking as if we're recording a video, because we are, as soon as I press this button. Hello, and welcome back to another Avatar: The Last Airbender quick draft. This account has been relegated to quick draft coins and gems. So let's see what we can do here. I don't see a better card than Lost Days. It says maybe Firebending Lesson. Let's take Firebending Lesson. I'm curious on 17 lands, what has a better win rate? You obviously get the clue token out of Lost Days, but I have found sometimes it's just too expensive, or bombs have a really good ETB effect. So Firebending Lesson, 58.2% win rate. Lost Days is a little bit higher, 58.5. I think we'll take Lost Days. I feel like we end up with blue decks more often than red anyways. That being said, Firebending Lesson is the best card here. Gran or Watery Grasp. Gran or Watery Grasp. I mean, I think even though Gran is great, especially for 2 lessons, we have 2 removal already. We take Watery Grasp. This is just so efficient. Gran also has the legendary rule. We're more okay with like 4 Watery Grass than we are with 4 Grans. And there's just about nothing for us in this pack. I don't love Prince Zuko. He doesn't do anything when he enters the battlefield unless you have 7 mana. And here we'll take a Messenger Hawk over a Seismic Sense. Take a Barrels or Eng's Journey if we're going to fix. I don't love even the heavy spells deck. If I'm being honest here. So it's either Barrels to try and splash some bomb, or Eng's Journey. Quench is totally okay. True Ancestry is the most playable here if we end up swashing some green card or trying to play Boomy, King of 3 Trials. So speaking of that, we'll take Meditation Pools. Maybe we will take Mai here. I don't love our red besides the Firebending Lesson. Soka's Haiku is not likely to be played. We'll take it. It is a lesson. It's an expensive one, so if you've got cards that need lesson cards in the graveyard, it's still not great. We'll take Flexible Waterbender. And I love this card, probably a bit more than I should. Waterbending Lesson is kind of why you don't need to go out of your way for Spirit Water Revival. In fact, Spirit Water Revival technically has a lower game in hand win rate, like 55%, which is bad. That's pretty average for waterbending lesson, but I do love it. Feels so good to draw some cards. And now we have a lesson payoff. If you kick Spirit Water Revival, it actually removes lessons from your graveyard. But we'll still take it here over Fire Nation Palace or a Jet. Jet, we'd have to be like exactly red-blue. I think if we end up splashing green, we can't play Jet. 3 red pips is too hard. Even with the lesson cards in the graveyard, I don't think we take Serpent of the Past here. What would Octopus protect? Nothing really to protect with Octopus Form. We'll take a Union Archers. This can be awkward in how it matches up against 1/1s. And now we can take an Airship Engine Room. Kind of delay committing to a second color. We can take Airbending Lesson here. There is a card that lets us play lessons, a land that lets us play lessons without paying extra mana. So we'll see if we end up in a multicolor lesson deck or not. The cards here are not good. Kind of all of them are not good. I guess we'll take Yip Yip just in case. Another way to splash green. That's what we end up doing. For something like True Ancestry. I don't love any of these cards. Fire Nation Cadets. Maybe we heavier into lessons. Put Airbending Lesson over here. Deserter's Disciple is mostly just a 2/2. It is a bit better with Fire Nation Cadets. Guaranteeing you get basically firebending off if you have lesson cards in your graveyard. And here it's got to be the Mechanist. Wouldn't mind a Benevolent River Spirit at all, but we'll get either that or a Messenger Hawk out of the wheel, I hope. Cave of Two Lovers is fantastic. We have to pass up a Lightning Strike, unfortunately. But it's just so nice. Ooh, Coma. This is the first time I think we've seen Coma in one of our draft packs, and we unfortunately have to pack it up. Pass it over to our opponent. Because Dragonfly Swarm is here. Double green is just too expensive. And we're going to have to pass a Lost Days and Messenger Hawks. So we have a couple chances to wheel some Messenger Hawks. We'll probably wheel at least a Fire Nation Cadets from that pack. I don't love any of the cards here. I think maybe a Boomy Bash. Just in case we don't end up with enough removal. First time Flyers, nice. Is Fire Nation Warship even nicer? I think it is. Quench or Bending Prodigy? We'll take the Bending Prodigy. Now we're pretty full up on 2 drops. We can probably cut the Treetop Freedom Fighters. This is quick draft. It's not best of 3, so Price of Freedom isn't even like a sideboard card. I guess we'll take a Iguana Parrot. I typically want a lot more firebending before picking up a card like Fire Nation Attacks. Drawing cards. We have 1 clue token here, 1 clue token here. Union Archers, that's 3, plus Spirit Water Revival. Accumulate Wisdom doesn't actually trigger a draw effect. So let's put our removal in a pile over here. I think it might actually be octopus form. Yeah, let's take octopus form. Combat tricks over here. Airbending lesson doesn't look like it'll come to fruition. I don't think we play Fire Nation Raider though. I mean, it is 2 bodies for water bending. But it's also just god awful. No real way to cast these airbending lessons, right? So put that over here. Kyoshi Battle Fan. We'll fill out our 2-drop slot. Wow. Cut this airbending lesson and these other lands. And play just kind of an average to slightly below average red-blue deck. I think Boomy Bash may need to come in here. How do we feel about barrels with nothing to splash for? It is made better by the fact that we'll want to water bend off Katara, Bending Prodigy, and that will be fire bending with Fire Nation Cadets, so we can sometimes cast this for 3 or maybe even 1 mana. The sacrifice destruction effect. Alright, Spirit Water Revival and Accumulate Wisdom are going over here. How many lessons do we have for Accumulate Wisdom? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. That is tough. Accumulate Wisdom is pretty not great. One, two, three, four, 5. I do think we want 1 more removal spell. So I don't love Boomy Bash, but we'll add it. We'll add, I think, another early body. Either Iguana Parrot or Treetop Freedom Fighters. We'll start with Treetop Freedom Fighters. And then we can cut Cat Owl. This is keepable. We can't play these 3, but we got 2-drop and removal. So on the draw, I do like keeping this. Plus, Quench is a card I don't mind playing later. If we're playing this on his turn 3 or 4 or 5, it can still be good. If he attacks, we will not block. He could have Abandoned Attachments, eat our Disciple for free, and he doesn't have Double Strike on my yet, so we're only taking 1 damage. If he does exhaust, that's totally fine. That's 3 mana spent not developing the board. And that's what he does. He does it pre-combat, actually. And we do hit an Oiland, thankfully. We can hit him right back for 2. Drop our Dragonfly Swarm. We power this up eventually. We do have 3 lessons in hand. Dragonfly Swarm is a bit weaker than it is, typically, given that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lessons only. We might be able to, we can get to that 3 lesson threshold though. I think we do wait to see if we can quench something. Cast Firebending Lesson on some stinky X2. And then Lost Days, his Earth Kingdom Jailer to finally get Accumulate Wisdom for 2 mana, draw 3. Well, he's got 2 mana left. So we can't quench that, unfortunately. We may have to accumulate wisdom for 1 card here, depending on what he does. If he gives us something to quench, we just quench it. But if he doesn't, I think we may need to go grab another card. Probably a land. Watery Grass would also be alright. I think we get a land. Alright. Artisan can potentially get us back in this game. If he tries to blow it up, we quench. He can threaten to just pump with Water Tribe Captain. What's he thinking? I think he's got us on clinch the way he's been playing. I think we need Dragonfly Swarm back here, so we'll trade Deserter's Disciple. For Earth Kingdom Jailer. We do have to spend an extra Firebending Lesson. That essentially makes a 3/1 blocker for us. Plus brings back Dragonfly Swarm. Okay, he technically has swamp, so he could technically have card discard. Two, three. Let's just chill here. Hold up, quench, lost days. We can double block the water tribe captain, and then if he does something crazy with we cast lost days, because quenching it would not be enough. He would still get the prowess trigger. Smack us for 4. Fire Salgate, okay. Doesn't have enough red mana to put a counter on it this turn. Because he paid just 1 for Deadly Precision, we can't actually quench that. We do get to draw. We have a lesson card or 2 in our graveyard. And now he can't pump Water Tribe Captain with the effect, so we will block Water Tribe Captain with the 3/1 token. Oh, does he have something? If he lets us get to blocks. Then unless this is exactly enter the avatar state, we are okay. And if we were really on top of our game, we would have tapped all our red mana, so it looks like we could back off this form. He likes my second the top. I do not mind that at all. Nine water bending mana. And we could have made it look like we had octopus form. So 4, 6, 7, 8. This will be 9. We do the spirit water revival thing. I think this is a good enough turn to slam it. Oh, he has another Mai. Oh my. So 5, 7, 8 mana. We can do a good amount of stuff. I think we do want a Boomy Bash. So let's say we have 8 mana. 4 of it's used up here. What do we do? Mechanist plus Fire Nation Cadets. He has Lightning Strike. We are dead. Let's play Cave of Two Lovers. We can blow this up now. And I think we want to get in for damage as quick as we can in case he is trying to draw to Lightning Strike. Razor Rings? Don't need to play Messenger Hawk just yet. Okay, Fire Nation Warship, Messenger Hawk, and we can hold up Quench. And he should be dead next turn, so just no Lightning Strike. Technically Cat Gator, I doubt he's splashing for... Well, a Cat Gator wouldn't do it, he'd do 1 to 2 damage. There's kind of no reason to turn Quench off. It's Earthbend, a mountain. Play an island. Drop Kyoshi Battle Fin so we can crit with it. We're gonna make sure to not turn a new clue token into a flyer. We gotta do a clue token that does not have Summoning Sickness. One of these guys. Spend fire bending mana to pull up June. And yeah, he should be DED dead. Nice. We got to basically survive long enough to create a bunch of clue tokens, use those for water bending, and draw 7 cards with Spirit Water Revival. And from there, we're basically in the driver's seat. That's the tricky part with Spirit Water Revival. You spend 6 water bending mana, so you are usually putting yourself behind on board to cast it. It does not win you as many games as you would expect, or at least as many games as I expected. when you draw 7 cards if you don't have the time to play them out. Tempo is pretty important in this set. That's why cards like Watery Grasp have been better than they looked originally. Sometimes this is good enough. They earthbend a land, you slow them down from attacking with that land creature, or there's a big creature that you don't want. Death triggers like High Bay. You feel amazing after you play this. I think we will play Katara before the Mechanist. Get the clue tokens going, and I actually would rather the opponent use their removal to kill Katara over the Mechanist. If the removal is Heartless Act, I was going to say if we get any counters on Katara, that also puts her outside of the range of them using this straight up for removal. It's not a lesson, so it can't mill anyone. A little unfortunate there. Just have to play the Mechanist and hope it survives long enough to create some clue tokens. Okay, Pirate Peddlers is a good sign. Means he doesn't have removal for Mr. Mechanist. And we hit the best thing we could hit, which is a mountain. So now this is pretty sweet. Guaranteed to get 5 lands for Lost Days. Boomy Bash does more damage. We can play Fire Nation Cadets and Boomy Bash in the same turn, next turn if we want to. Make a clue token that's a 3/1 flyer. We could have attacked with it. I think we'll hold it back as a blocker for now. Yeah, that's fine. We'll take 1. Let's turn our clue token into a flyer. We probably should have done this last turn as well. And might as well create another clue token. Well, Peddlers. Peddlers is not the biggest threat. But we do have Lost Days, and he actually protects it. I'm totally fine with that. Arena is crashing. Uh-oh. Okay, it's unbroken. Okay, let's see. I mean, no blocks. We just take 8 damage here, I think. Or do we trade basically a 1/2? Nah. For our 3/3? I guess he kills all 3. So we hit him back for 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess we'll see if we can send back Pirate Peddlers first. Again. And I would rather crack a clue with the Firebending mana here than do an extra damage. Haha. Well, actually, Watering Grasp is a permanent. It's an enchantment, so he does get something. But that's fine. He's not affecting the board state. And he may very well be dead next turn. Okay, 3. Power is going to be big enough to attack through stuff. So if he ate our 1/1s, he dies. Right, I guess he could have Octopus Form make a 3rd blocker. Three pumps, so 3, 6. Yeah, I like attacking all here. The question is, do we play another land, untapped land first? Yes. Okay, we need to pump this once. 2, 5. I don't think there's any way to... Wait till post-combat, crack a clue to draw a card. Play another Firebending Lesson. And I think we want to keep that clue around. To animate as a 3/1 flyer. We have no non-creature spells to cast to make a new one just yet. Ooh, okay. Well, we need 2 pumps with the Fire Nation Cadet, so we need 2 mana left over for Fire Nation Cadet after, if we exclude his fire bending. Do we attack with everything but the 1/1s? If we attack with the 1/1s and he double blocks and blocks a fire, and he's dead. He's tapped out, so we attack all right. He has to block cadets. He has to block the 3/1 flyer. He has to block the island. Mm-hmm. He could have board wipe. So, I guess we'll play around it by keeping Zuko in hand. There are 2 board wipes and double black. Otherwise, I think typically in general, which is a redundant, repetitive way of saying that, you don't play around board wipe. Especially since one of them is mythic rare. Unless you can really afford to. If you've got like no other card that could stop you, and you don't need to play out that card, might as well. UK, Octopus Form, Firebending Lesson, we go first. There's nothing to play out to the board. Just removal. Let's mulligan this. This is better. Okay. Even better now that we have Katara, Bending Prodigy. We'll attack here. We can threaten to exhaust. Play Katara that is big enough to block his Compassionate Healer. He's less likely to have removal in these colors for Katara. Like Rocky Rebuke, allies at last would only do 2 damage as power-based stuff. Path to Redemption would eventually get us, but we can still waterbend with that up until the point where he pays the 5 mana to exile it. So 1, 2, 3. Let's play another body. For Waterbend, he's only gonna have 4 mana next turn, so I can't exile Katara. 2 1/3 should be able to double block the Compassionate Healer in case he doesn't have some sort of combat trick like Yip Yip or Pillar Launch. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could draw a card here, but we're gonna let him make 1/1 creatures, which are gonna be dangerous because if he has Yip Yip or Pillar Launch, then he trades for the Mechanist or Mai. So Dragonfly Swarm won't do anything. Let's play Deserter's Disciple. Then we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana left over. It looks like we're holding up punch. He would need to spend all his mana to exile Katara pre-combat. At which point he can't attack well with Suki Kyoshi Warriors. Okay, you allow it. Pause there a little bit, maybe make him think that we have Quench. Alright, we do get to draw here, nice. Boomy Bash. Or Dragonfly Swarm plus Fire Nation Cadets. I like Dragonfly Swarm plus Fire Nation Cadets because it's more water-bending bodies. We don't get value out of the Mechanist just yet. And he could have protection, either Airbending Lesson or Yip Yip or Pillar Launch. That would mess us up if we tried to cast Boomy Bash on Suki Kyoshi Warrior here. Yeah, if he exiles Katara Bending Prodigy pre-combat, we just need to take that. We don't tap all our cards. He's going to make a 1/1 off that. Is a card worth a 1/1? It may be. Like, we need to hit lands. He hits us for a lot. He gets scry value. No, it's not. I'm going to assume he doesn't have Yip Yip if he doesn't attack with Suki here. We are tapped out. 1, 2, 3. And then we do have 6 bodies we can bend with. He will be attacking us for 5, 6, 8, 10, 11, 15 if we do that. So maybe not. Maybe not. Boomy Bash is still in a position where it gets blown out. No longer by Airbending Lesson, but it does get blown out by... I mean, not blown out. It trades 1-for-1 with Pillar Launch. Yep. We do get to make a 3/1 flyer, though, which I think we want to use on defense. We've got Spirit Water Revival, so if we can just keep as many bodies on the board to water bend, we pull way ahead in terms of card advantage. He's thinking about exhausting. Oh, yikes. Rebellious Captives. Let's see if he attacks here. I hope he does, and we get to use... Oh, we don't. Okay. What do we do now? I guess just hold up Octopus form and exhaust with Mai. Another Rebellious Captives is key. The problem. He's got 10 creatures on board to R5. I am glad he's doing this. Not exhausted, so give him a chance to flinch first. Then exhaust my. Give him one more chance to flinch. If he waits this long with a pillar launch, then I'm impressed. Or like a Rocky Rebuke. Okay, okay. Do we get to eat 3 of his creatures and then trade for 4? We do. Okay, so we take a good amount of damage. Was that 8 or 10 damage? But we eat a lot of his creatures. Ooh, Huion Archers. You can still exhaust. I think what I'd like to do is crack a glue. See if we can get a card to pitch, maybe like a land with Huion Archers and play that out. Yep. Hold on to Spirit Water Revival. I think we need to save Watery Grasp for something more threatening than a 2/2. Is that right? He swings out next turn. He has 5, 6, 7 attackers. We have 5 blockers. Yes, I think we need to let him connect with like a 4/4 Rebellious Captives or a 4/4 Avatar Enthusiast and lock that down. We're gonna do eat, hopefully trade. Trade. I guess fancy footwork would be the worst thing for us here. Interesting. Doesn't even exhaust Rebellious Captives. What do we got? Saber-Tooth Mooseline. Okay, well. Maybe that's what we Watery Grasp. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 6. We played a land for turn, so then we can't afford Watery Grasp. Let's... I mean, if we Watery Grasp Rebellious Captives, then we can chump Saber-Tooth Mooseline, stop him from Earthbending, making another land. But we can do the same thing. It's probably better to do Saber-Tooth Mooseline, right? 2/2s we don't care too much about. We triple block here. And shuffle away the Moose Lion before he hits us for 7. I mean, we live, we go to 1. He can't finish us off. That's fine. Spends his mana here. Oh, crap, it doesn't matter. Hamlet gets to kill 2 of these guys. One of them being the clue token. He's deciding whether he wants Dragonfly Swarm to die or Mai. Okay, chooses Dragonfly Swarm. That means we will draw a card. And we're getting it back with Spirit Water Revival anyways. So this is 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now seems like a good enough turn to pass this bad boy. Only got 2 power on board. Okay, Rabaru Troop could fly. We may have to chump that with our 3/1 tokens. That means I think we want to get out Fire Nation Warship early as well, in case he has removal for that Fang. We just chill. We actually don't have that many more cards than him. He's got 3 in hand, but we've got clues hanging around. We've got Exile with Zuko, another clue off Lost Days, 2 clues if the Mechanist lives, a clue off Fire Nation Warship if that dies. So I think we're in a pretty good position here. He's only got 1 card left in hand. We're going to double block with Fire Nation Warship. And the 3/1 token if he attacks with Rabaru Troop. And he doesn't. Okay. Nice. So that game went pretty similarly to, was it game 1? Where we stabilized eventually. Mechanist made a bunch of glue tokens. We were able to waterbend enough to play Spirit Water Revival on a turn where we weren't taking too much damage on the crackback. And just pulled ahead. Dathan, the Ambitious, will be our next opponent. Yeah, looks fine. We play Fire Nation Cadets. Drop Mai. Play Accumulate Wisdom or Octopus Form, probably during combat to trigger Prowess and or Firebending. Do we just accumulate wisdom now pre-combat? I think we do. Turn on Firebending. What do we like here? Barrels is removal. We will have 2 Firebending to essentially get this to the point where it blows something up for 4 mana. I think I do like barrels. We can also play it this turn. Might be better to exhaust my, though. That's fine. Ooh, the Cave of Two Livers. Two livers. Just attack. Take free damage. Firebending mana. And we cast the Cave of Two Livers to guarantee we get more land drops. Okay, so we do hit a land drop that we would have missed otherwise, thanks to Mr. Cave of Two Lovers. We will... Do we attack everything here? He could have octopus form. So we don't need to flinch first. So if he has octopus form, he goes to 4/4. If we play octopus form, we do this, and then we'll have 2 pumps left. We'll go to 3 power. He'll be at 4. So I think we do this pre-combat, actually. Or not pre-combat, pre-blocks. We can still threaten to pump to 2 power, but we are actually going to play barrels. And we're going to just hold up octopus form. Although, do we really care about any of these creatures? This stinky little 1-drop or these stinky little 1/1s? Probably not. That will pump his first time flyer to be a 2/3 now. And he just opts to discard a card. Probably figuring correctly that he can't be removing a blocker. We're going to be earthbending the land. Enter the Avatar state is the only thing that would protect him. It's the only thing that would protect him. So, if we do this pre-combat, we get firebending, mana, and can cast Zuko. We hit him for a ton. I like that. Then to do an extra damage so that we can hit land drops. And more action. So we did overpay a little bit. That's technically like a 4 mana investment. 1 mana to get it down, and then 3 to blow it up if we're counting firebending. Mana is free. But he's been behind on port, so... Octopus form. What do we do here? Treetop Freedom Fighters swing out? We attack with at least these 2. Do we also attack with these? He hasn't had octopus form, but he's played water bending lesson and had 2 draw steps since then. If he does, he goes to 3. So if he has octopus form, we still kill something. He has 1 creature left. We hit him to 3 damage. We can pump twice and have Octopus form still up. And we will flinch first here. Well, he's dead, right? 3, 4, 5? He actually didn't even need to do that. He needed to block our other 3-power creature. Didn't even cross my mind that he would block like that. But we will take it. Another Dubsky. Big Wern MD will be our next opponent from Platinum. We can keep this. Barrels will fix for our other colors. We won't be able to hold up Quench turn 2, but that's fine. It's usually better turn 3 or 4 anyways. So here we'll play Barrels, hold up Firebending Lesson. And that's absolutely going to be worth blowing up. For 1 mana, we trade up in mana and we turn on Firebending. We'll go shields down here. Get a Kyoshi Battle Fan out. Alright, well we could actually barrels the wall top sentry. I'm fine trading the Fire Nation cadets for it though. Now we can still hold a Quench. And if we hit 1 more mountain, we can play Lost Days. Or Island. I wouldn't mind hitting an Island, don't get me wrong. What I'm saying by keeping barrels. We keep that play alive. Oh, that was weird. Why did it pass like that? It's a weird animation. Soka, that is going back. And he doesn't have protection colors. Or we blow it up. Let's send it. Well, let's play Zuko. If he's got like Rocky Rebuke, Allies at Last, Airbending Lesson, then I think we're fine to play Zuko out here and wait until he actually threatens attacking with 2 creatures to send Zuko back. / blow it up with Barrels of Blast and Jelly. Boo. Well, actually, that's fine. We have a blue land or blue mana off Airship Engine Room. Alright, he's got a trick if he's attacking like this. Or he's bluffing. If he's bluffing, you know, more power to him. Alright, let's see what he's got. He let us attack for Firebending, but he's got removal. What do we think of exiling the top card of our deck? If it's a 2-mana card, we can play it. Or a land. He's doing this before we get the firebending mana. So we can still cast Lost States. Ooh, okay, that's a cool hit. And he scoops right away. That was pretty lucky. We have exactly one octopus form in the deck. Keep 4P4. We have a 2 mana play, we have a 3 mana play, and we now have a 1 mana play. Hooray. Accumulate Wisdom I likely will do. Turn 2. Turn on Dragonfly Swarm. Turn on Fire Nation Cadets, Firebending, and make Dragonfly Swarm larger. We don't need to do it now, because we can't attack into 2/3 even with Firebending. That's fine, we'll take 2. The Mechanist. It's gotta be the Mechanist. Right? We can guarantee a clue token is generated by playing this and then using the firebending lesson. Does he have quench? Oh no. Oh, worse. That is worse than quench. So we're in trouble. I think we do need to play Mechanist into... Do we just blow up Aang off Firebending Lesson mana and hope he doesn't block with Suki Kyoshi Warrior? Like, he can transform next turn and it's a problem. One, two, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. It's one short of casting Firebending Lesson with the kick. Triple pump and we trade for it. Right. Fine. It's gonna be a problem because it's gonna make a 1/1 next turn. Hit us for like 5 or 6 damage. Suki? I don't know we beat Aang into Suki. I doubt it. I think there's 0.1% chance we win this game because his internet disconnects. I just need to see anything from him. Oh. Yeah, he goofed. That's why you stay in these games. Not hitting a landed rough though. We do get to kill that. Do we kill the curious farm animals? No, because if he attacks in, stuff is potentially dying anyways. I'm trying to avoid the triggers where Suki makes 1/1s that are powered up to 2 power. But that's going to trigger off this anyways. Airbending lesson. Question mark. That's fine. We accept that. Spending his mana, which is better than us spending our mana. And we can firebending lesson kill Suki if that is the best thing to do. Soka is a problem. Makes Dragonfly Swarm into a 3/3. We get a 3/1 token. Him attacking with Soka is still a problem, but I think we need to worry about dying on board before we worry about him drawing cards with Soka. Kind of okay. Please just don't have Yip Yip or Octopus form. If he does, then it's rough. I don't know if the game's over. It's not? Okay. So he drew a card, but he gave us 2 creatures. 3, 6. I think we need to drop Katara and Treetop Freedom Fighters. We make a 3/1 though if we play this. If you think about it. If you think about it. No, we gotta play Katara, kind of, no matter what we do, right? Katara. And we draw. Is it better to play Treetop Freedom Fighters or Messenger Hawk? Messenger Hawk can block his 1/1. And we can animate his clue token to be a 3/1 still, so. It could happen. We could stabilize. Giant Koi is something we're going to need removal for. That will kill us next turn. So we're dead, right? Unless we hit something off the clue token. Alright, he's gonna make Giant Koi unblockable and win. It might have been correct. 3 damage to Waterbend to draw a card. Wait, what do we have? Lost Days? If we hit Lost Days, we would have been a mana short, so we misplayed. We kind of deserved to lose this game. Close to stabilizing. We gotta pay attention to our outs next time. Yes, he would have drawn a card. Yes, he would have hit us to 1. But we hit Lost Days. We can still win that game. Watery Grass would have been another one. Boomy Bash eventually, when we got to 7 lands, would have blown it up. Aang Swift Savior was the real problem there. We really didn't have a fighting chance without those misplays. He gave us a 2/3 and 2 1/1 bodies. When he sacrificed both oxen, I guess that's how you pluralize that word. And let us crawl back into the game. Also, water bending his creatures and then having that turn where he didn't attack. Let's keep this. Hit him with the hello right back. Arthur's Bear is going to block whatever we do here. He does have a lesson in the graveyard. Let's play the Disciple. We technically could pick up the Treetop Ralliers. Or what are they called? The Treetop Freedom Fighters. Give those unblockable. We'll bluff here. He could be thinking, oh, he could have Firebending Lesson. He does 2 damage to our Dragonfly Swarm and then blows it up. That is what he's thinking, so we get away with it. So I think a double block with the Kyoshi Battlefan and Deserter's Disciple on Platypus Bear is still rough. He's got so many spells in red blue that can blow us out. Cunning Maneuver, Octopus Form, Lightning Strike, Firebending Lesson. Is that it actually for 4 mana? I mean, well, there's the Lightning Strike, so point in case. This is gonna be an issue. Those Platypus Bears are gonna be 2 mana 2/3s that I don't think we'll be able to keep up with. Even that they can attack so early on. Dragonfly Swarm's Ward is going to be annoying here, with Lost Days costing 6 mana just to send it back temporarily. It does get around its death trigger. The land that fixes for lessons. He's a heavy lesson deck. Lesson payoff, lesson payoff, lesson payoff, lesson payoff. Okay, well. Play the Treetop Freedom Fighters. We chill out. I think we need to hold Katara back. Yikes. It's another flyer. least get to draw. See if we can get some action here. Messenger Hawk is a flyer. And I think we continue to chill out here. We can potentially do something funky here. We've got 7. We've got enough water bending mana to draw a card off Katara and then crack the clue, making Messenger Hawk a 3-power creature. Do we block Dragonfly Swarm or Iguana Parrot? I think Dragonfly Swarm. Even though he draws off the lesson card. As if he has... if he has a spell, he still only grows to be a 3/3 with Iguana Parrot. If it's Octopus form, it turns into a 4/4. And he eats us with either creature. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then crack this. Okay, we did it successfully. Let's play Union Archers. It's got Reach, which is nice for Dragonfly Swarm. Toss an island. See what we get. Another land. 3, 4, we'll play an island. 3, 6, 7. And one more turn, I think, of chilling out with Katara before we start tapping her for counters. Can't say sorry. I think he didn't realize that Union Archers had secret reach. But he draws another flyer right away. We do have another creature with reach though. And removal for that bad boy. So let's play our lands because we're going to want to play Spirit Water Revival eventually. Maybe. Maybe not, I guess. Three, 4, 5. Six. Is that too greedy? Yes, yes it is. We just pass. We have 4 firebending mana available to us as soon as we cast Lost Days. It's just, what do we use it for? Right. Lost Days? We've already cast Lost Days. Just to crack a clue, I guess. wants to tap our mana first. But, I mean, we can get some instant speed. Okay, okay. Yeah, let's just get more bodies on the board. Through with a 2-1. Before it dies, let's water bend with it. And we can still block his first time flyer with our Dragonfly Swarm. It won't kill it, but 3 toughness is big enough to survive. First time flyer. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can't water bend again anyways. We have water revival, spirit water revival anyways. He's actually at 17 cards left in deck. Unfortunately, because of the exile, we don't make a clue token. If we wanted to, we could blow up first time flyer here, but I don't like that he's got 2 cards. We could cast Firebending Lesson, Dragonfly Swarm would grow by 1, and he would take 2 damage. We don't need to cast Spirit Water Revival yet. We could use Zuko. Six mana left over. That's a pretty good one. Still outside of quench range. One, two, three. We could get Firebending Lesson cast if we attack with Zuko. But I think it'd be wiser to not do that and just continue to chill. Oh, he has Waterbending Scroll, okay. Well, Sokka will need to be blown up before he gets too big. Or we cast Lost Days. Yeah, we may beat this guy by letting him go to mill. Alright, what about Firebending Lesson pre-combat? What does he think about that? Turns on our Fire Nation cadets. Play. We can still pay, but I guess there's no point. We're not going to pay. Because he's a 6/6. play Boomy Bash though. How about that? Now we attack with these bad boys. Hit them with the thanks. And yes, we played a land for turn when we could potentially get lands off Zuko, but this way we hold up Octopus Form that entire time. And Dragonfly Swarm will eat his first time flyer as Lost Days goes to our graveyard. Presume he does like his Platypus Bear. Wow. I mean we have no mana left, so might as well crack this, right? Or do more damage with the cadets. And now it doesn't look like it's going to mill anymore. We've got 9 creatures to his 0. We're going to have 10 when we earthbend a mountain. I shouldn't have played a land, but I don't think it matters. Just keep Octopus Form up for whatever Fire Nation cadets he doesn't block. And we're good. So 3, 5, 8, dead. We don't need to play anything. Ooh, what a game. Didn't end up playing Spirit Water Revival. Katara Bending Prodigy drew us enough cards. And I've learned my lesson. In this set, plenty of games can go long. 10, 20, 30 turns. And when you have a bunch of choices as to what you can do, you got a full grip, the temptation is to like draw more cards, at least for me, and have more choices. But typically, the best thing to do is to affect the board. Because it doesn't matter if you've got a bunch of cards in hand if you're dead on board. If you're so far behind that you throw away your extra resources, chump blocking, etc., don't matter. So I think we played correctly there. We successfully affected the board once we had drawn enough cards off Katara Bending Prodigy. This is great. We'll keep it. This is some of our better cards. We'll play the mountain first. So that just in case he had what do you call? 1 mana play verse. Yeah, let's quench it. Another Platypus Bear. Don't block it well necessarily. And this is a little awkward. Dragonfly Storm can't accrue Fire Nation Worship just yet. I'm going to play him out first. If we do hit a land and play Zuko, then it would have been better to play Fire Nation Worship, but we didn't know we were going to hit a land. And we have a lesson card in the graveyard, so if he is no holding removal, we get to draw a card off Dragonfly Swarm dying. Earth Kingdom, a General. Okay, well, we get to attack with Zuko. We'll spend this Firebending Mana to see if we can hit a land. We don't hit a land. 1, 2. If we hit a land, we can do that and play Mai. If we don't, we're playing Fire Nation Worship and holding up Firebending Lesson. I think that's still pretty good. So we don't need to play this necessarily. Let's kill this now before he has. Then his only creature is a land creature, and we should have done that earlier, because we could have done extra damage with Dragonfly Swarm. But live and learn. Okay, let's crew with this bad boy. What do we get? What do we get? Katara. I'm gonna go for it. He could have something. But if this works out, then we're sitting pretty. All he could have at this point, I think, is Rocky Rebuke, Allies at Last, or Pillar Launch. And so we don't get blown out by that. That's fine. We still get to kill Sparring Dummy. Play out Katara and drop Owen. Oh, we should have crewed Katara. Let's put a counter on her. Whoops, we're not blocking with her. Alright, we get to play Water Grasp on his forest and slow him down. That's nice. Oh no, he decides not to attack. Alright, let's still smash with Dragon Swarm. And to be mana efficient, we'll cast Watery Grasp on his forest. It's pretty good for him. Okay, look at that. Yep, and he's gone. He could feel the Cave of Two Lovers in our hand. And he was thinking, man, if we had gotten a counter on Katara earlier that turn, would have been able to attack in as a 4/5, attack him again for 3 damage in the air. The 2 1/1s would have been able to crew the Fire Nation Warship, but look at that. Started out a little bit messy, but we've had success again with a red-blue deck that I didn't think that was all that great. Good, don't get me wrong. Cave of Two Lovers, also very good. But that's like kind of it. The rest of this is not super impressive. Outside of the Mechanist. Maybe it's the Mechanist is what happened in that last deck too, as well, as we end up drawing the Mechanist and he carried us. Katara Bending Braji did great as well. The rest of this is just alright. I don't love Union Archers. I don't love Mai. And we don't have I think it's 5 or 6. And typically red-blue is the best for making lessons, especially green-red-blue. So, GG's. We'll see ya next time.